Hey, what's up, guys? It's your man JB, and as you can see, I'm in the workshop and I've just started getting the power sorted out for in here. I'm a little way off yet. I need to call an electrician in once I've done some basic work in here, but I've got some of these metal clad sockets. So I've got three here. I'm putting two on the back wall as well. Now what I've done so far with this one, for example, I've wired this one up and I haven't wired this one up. So I'm going to be wiring that one up too, and obviously wiring that one up and daisy chaining these sockets. To complete this job, I'll be using these 5-inch and 7-inch wire strippers and also this AC volt detector from Kaiweets. So we'll come back to that and check these out in just a little while. So I have just been to the shop and bought a load of this 20mm plastic conduit, which is going to be connecting all these boxes up. So I'm just going to put these out the way for a minute. Put that up on my racking. So I've got the conduit and just bought a load of these female adapters as well. These basically go into the box and then you can put the conduit between them. And I've also bought a load, and I mean a load, I think I've got about 20 of these brackets. And these brackets will basically just go on the wall like so, so the conduit can go or be fixed to the wall. So I'm probably going to put two there and then two there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet, because I haven't put those boxes on the wall, but I'm envisaging I'm going to have a consumer unit somewhere up on this wall here. I have got power, there's power outside, but that's why I've got to get an electrician in. So got the conduit, got the brackets, got the adapters, and what I've been doing with this cable, with thanks to Kaiweets, is using their 5-inch and 7-inch wire cutters. Now these have been absolutely fantastic. They work so well. Usually I will just use a pair of pliers and just slightly cut the cable and then rip it off and try not to cut the actual cable right through. But these are fantastic because they've got proper wire strippers on them. You know, you could have just one set, but these have got like a really nice sharp pair of cutters on the end here. These have got cutters that aren't on the end, but they do have this kind of plier type grip thing on the end here. So this is really good for bending the cables and what have you. So we're really happy with those. So we'll give those another go in a moment. And also this AC volt detector, which has been absolutely fantastic. I've just been giving it a little go and it detects anything from 5 volts. I think it's 5 volts on a USB. I'll show you in a moment, but it will detect anything from 5 volts up to 1,000 volts. I certainly haven't got any more than 1,000 volts in here. Yeah, let's get a couple of these connected and have a look at the tools and how I'm doing it. So then let's start by taking the front off this box. And what we'll do, we'll connect a cable from here to here, then connect this cable and connect the first piece of conduit. So I'm going to do that first. So what I want to do is put these female adapters on. So that's going to go in there like that, and then the same on this one. Now obviously I have already connected these two cables up. But what I need to do here is to take this cable out in order to put one of these adapters so we'll put that on there. These are nice and easy to use, literally just, you only got to do them up by hand, they haven't got to be really tight. So we'll feed that back through there. I do want to make sure is when these boxes go on that I've got plenty of cable to play with. These screws are a little bit short. Usually they're a bit longer and you can get them started by hand. There we go. So pop that back on. Like so. So we've got our two adapters on there. Now what I need to do is to cut a piece of conduit for there. There we go. So it's a little bit rough on that edge, so we'll just take a bit of paper, take the burr off. Okay, so if we pop that conduit in there, I'll put that all the way on there. What I'm going to do here, be a little bit cheeky, and just kind of bend that a bit as I put that to there. There we go, just make that a little bit easier because I don't really want to have to take the boxes off. Shouldn't have to. And this type of conduit is supposed to make it easy as well. So there we go, we do that up there nice and tight. That one's done up nice and tight. And I've got my cable ready to fit into here. So now with these clips, I'm thinking I only need one of these, to be honest, because if I've got one in the middle, that's not really going to go anywhere. But the issue is, it looks like you're just meant to put one screw into the middle. But then I've got that in the middle there. So I'm wondering, I could probably just bend that down a bit. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference. Yeah, that can just bend that down. That really doesn't need to be taken off again. That would be most annoying. So what shall we put in there? Oh, I've got some 3.5 30s. Yeah, that's probably more like it. So let's pop that into there. Make sure that's in the right position. And then that. And go back onto there. There we go, that's good enough. Yes, I think just one of those in the middle is absolutely ample. Because that's, you know, that's not going anywhere. Now with that bit of conduit on, what I can do is get this bit of cable connected to the plug. I think I'm going to leave this bit for now because I'm not sure what's going to happen, and I think I'll get the electrician in first. I don't want to start doing stuff that I'm not going to need to do, if that makes sense. So the first thing I just need to do here though is just break some of this casing off here. So I'll just cut through that like so, very finally, right where the earth is, like so. I'm going to make sure I take enough of that off, which will allow me to get the wires in. So that's going to be plenty there. So I'm going to use these smaller cutters. So this doesn't have a lock on it. Literally just put this kind of cable tie, Velcro cable tie on it to close it. It's got these really nice cutters on the end here. Absolutely brilliant. Look how easy stripping this is. Look at that. That's just brilliant. These are absolutely razor sharp, and that just makes it so easy. So on the small set of wire strippers, you've got the different thicknesses of cable or wire you can strip from 0.8 millimeters to 2.6 millimeters, and you've also got these lovely razor sharp cutters on the end. So you've got a little band which goes round these to hold those shut. I'll grab those in a second. And then you've got the 7-inch set of wire strippers, and this has got a lock on it, so you haven't got to worry about strapping the handles up. I believe this is a crimper. It's also got a cutter here, and also 0.8 to 2.6 millimeter wire you can strip with, and also some thin pliers on the end there, which is really good for kind of grabbing and bending the cable. So put the live in there. Like so. But these have got these small kind of thin pliers at the end, which is really good if you need to just bend a cable slightly like that. I know you could do it with your fingers, but these are insulated as well, so at least if there was any kind of chance of a shock, you're not going to get shocked. Right, let's pop that in there. These will also need to have an earth sheath on them, so I shall make sure I get that at some point too, but as long as all the cables are cut and at the right length. Right, that's now connected, and there's plenty of room in that back box to keep that a little bit longer, because I want to be able to have some play. I don't want that really tight in there. So that's perfect. Cool. Let's put those back in. I cannot wait to start using these plugs in the workshop. At the moment, I've got an extension lead that runs in here. Now this extension lead is a 240 volt. I've got 240 cable running off it here. I've also got a USB plug here, which is charging my mic. And this is 5 volt. And this actually states that it will detect range between 12 and 1000 volts. But I can tell you, if I turn it on and then bring it close to the 5 volt, you can see it flashes, and as you get closer, it flashes quicker, beeps quicker, and this goes from green to red. So that's really good. You can also do it obviously on the 240 volt, and you see here it picks it up, and then as you get it really close, it turns red. So you're absolutely on the money. So I guess if this cable is buried, this gives you a much better idea of where it is. You've got a torch on here, which if you hold this button down, you've got a nice little torch, which is good. But you've also got this sensitivity function as well, which is, you can hear it's going off already. But if I move it far enough away from the cable, see that it's picking it up already. So it's super sensitive. So you've got this sensitive function on it. And again, with the 5 volt, There we go, that, no problem at all. Fantastic, I love this little tool, comes in really handy. Oh, there you go, that's where I'm at. I've got one bit in and connected to there. I'm going to carry on there and then go further along. I'm going to need a corner connector for that bit, so I should just get this bit done, leave that for another time. Slowly but surely this bit, yeah, we're getting there. We're certainly getting there. If you want to get your hands on these 5-inch and 7-inch wire strippers and this AC voltage detector, I'll leave some details in the description box down below. So won't be long before I update again with some lights or some more electrics or something. So see you on the next video, guys.